We are going to have Dr. Margie Hyatt run a session on how to complete the Chapter of Excellence program. She won gold in 2016 and went to the Dinner of Extinction at the National Conference. So to complete level 1 is really 6 simple things. You just need to pay your membership dues. You need to pay your professional dues. You need to elect chapter officers, conduct a meeting, complete a program of work, 1 lesson in personal skills, 1 lesson in workplace skills, 1 lesson in technical skills. And then you can complete the level 2 as a chapter of distinction, and it does require a little bit more work. You should be facilitating your students and guiding them through achieving these goals through your program of work, and you can record it, or they can record it in your portal, completing the applications. Guide your officers through this. You need to conduct officer training, conduct a recruitment activity, engage members in committees, prepare to attend state conference. And then you need to complete at least 7 of the 14 indicators, and that's these over here. After you complete level 1, it opens up level 2. And after you complete level 2, it will open up the Advisor of the Year application. So now Advisor of the Year. So once you complete your level 1 and your level 2, an application shows up. It is rather lengthy. And you do need to get some reference letters. You do need to describe your accomplishments and the reason for being considered. We're wanting to hear about all the great things that you're doing currently. It's not a lifetime achievement award. It is the current year. So you can be a new teacher, fairly new teacher, or a veteran teacher and apply to be Advisor of the Year. The great thing about this process, and since it's on your professional portal, once you enter it in, you're considered at the state level for Advisor of the Year. And then if that one person from the state level wins, they will be entered into the regional winner, a regional eligibility to be Advisor of the Region. It's all a streamlined process. And then if you win Regional Advisor of the Year, that enters you into the National Advisor of the Year.
All right, so you're going to go to skillsusa.org and hit join. So on membership, you'll go add and edit members. It's just going to have your school up there. So we will go add one under Tessa's, under membership. We're going to add another student. So we're going to add a member.
So as Ms. Bruce puts this stuff in, you'll notice that she's not going to enter all the data. She's just going to enter the relevant data that's going to be important for pulling up scores after competition.
We make sure that their name is spelled correctly, their birth date is in there. And then I think you have to have a graduation year in order to proceed with that. Once you add all your members in there, or you can even go restore them from last year if we don't have any currently, but if you're a new teacher, but the program is there, you can pull up members that were there last year and just restore them. Also, once you get all of your members in, you need to be sure to click join on that as well. It'll populate an invoice, and then you can take that to your bookkeeper. Now, a few things to know is you have to have at least one advisor per program, professional member. You have to have 12 students to be in compliance and to be able to compete. If you have 20 to 29 members, you can send 2 students to a technical competition. 30 or more can send 3 students in a technical competition. But one school can't send any more than 3 students. For example, job interview. If Brian has 2 students in welding that want to enter job interview, and I've got 2 students in drafting that want to enter it, and Tessa has 2 in automotive. We have to have a local competition because that one school can only send 3 students for the whole school.
And I'll say that if you are holding a local competition, that's something that you can actually put in your program of work. So it wouldn't be a bad thing for you to hold those anyway. It'd be a great practice for your students and a local activity that you can have there in your program of work. But before Ms. Bruce moves off this screen, I'll just say this. One thing to check, just because this is going to come up when we check you before competition, you'll notice that it says student/professional. When you see your name, please make sure that you see P beside your name. There's a little drop down that says professional or student. Just make sure that you have professional beside your name, because when we go in and check before conference, what we look at is there has to be, as Ms. Bruce said, there has to be at least one member that has that P, that professional membership within your section. So do make sure you do that. In yours, when you're logged in, you'll have a column here, I believe it's here, that will say not yet joined. So you want to make sure that your join column is populated. You have at least one P for professional, and then the remaining are students, and that nobody is left and not left joined. Okay, so I'm going to move on down to the good standing letters. At this point, you should have received invoices for your program affiliation fees. That is new this year, or it's returning this year, maybe I should say, that we're sending those invoices instead of you having to go to our website, pull those down and create those yourselves. So being that we are rejuvenating this process, you also received a letter, which I know you can't see this from there, but you received some information along with the invoice. I encourage you to keep this close by, because a lot of the questions that you may have for me are actually included in here. And I also went as far as to put some screenshots in there as well that will help you with some of the things that Ms. Bruce pointed out. That information is also included in that letter that came with your invoice. So you should have received your first invoice sometime in August, and many of you pay those then. Some of you also received one this month that said second notice. So you are not past due. The deadline for program affiliation fees is going to be November 30th. The only reason they were marked second notice is just we want to make sure that you get in, because of course one of the consequences of not paying those is that your students can't compete. We do not want you to miss out on opportunity. So please don't think that that was a nasty letter. There's some confusion between national membership and state affiliation. So the one that was sent from our office is their state affiliation fee. So if you want to be affiliated with Alabama Skills USA and you want to compete in Alabama Skills USA, which of course is a requirement before moving on to nationals, then you want to make sure that you have covered both of those bases. Those are also, the distinction between the two is also covered in that letter that came with your invoice. One other thing is total participation plan. If you have used that in the past, the benefit to that is that you can include as many students as possible without having to pay that individual fee, that times 15. So it's going to kind of discount your total membership, because your CTSO participation is so important, not only for your students and for the growth of your program, but it's also so important to compliance monitoring. We want to make sure that everybody is in good standing. So you will receive a letter in January. If we are not able to resolve your affiliation fees, then what we will do is we will notify your director in February. If it's still not resolved, then unfortunately we will notify the superintendents in March. And again, we want to make sure that you're in compliance and that your students have the greatest opportunities. So to be in good standing, this is what we're going to be looking for, that you've got memberships entered, like Ms. Bruce showed you, and that those are paid and submitted. Nationals will let us know who has outstanding invoices. Also, that your professional dues are paid. And then again, those program affiliation fees. We're going to move on to professional development. The website has changed for Skills USA. I apologize that it happens to have rolled out this year in the fantastic turmoil of 2020, but we're going to get through it together. So again, you're always going to go up here to join, What you'll notice is pretty much anything you click on that first page is going to take you to this area here. You'll notice it's actually showing a web address here, mycareeressentials.org. My go-to always just go to skillsusa.org or ALSkillsUSA.org. It will take you directly here if you were to log in. However, I'm going to have to log in one more time. So you got a double login here. We'll make sure these career essentials are tight. And I don't want anybody coming and stealing our Skills USA goodies. However, this time what you're going to see, you're going to want to look for this. You want to find this My Courses and Professional Member Benefits. So all the things that we say you get as a result of paying your professional membership, it's all going to be housed here. So My Courses and Professional Member Benefits. This is where you're going to go. So now what you'll notice is inside this folder for me, I have assessments, and then I have my professional membership benefits, which is all of this. One of the things that we always encourage you to use is using those career essentials. And of course, that's important not only for helping you to teach those soft skills that we know that our industry people need. To find career essentials, which is included in your membership, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the framework integration toolkit. So that one's here. So what you'll see down here are all these options. It's actually a lot more modern layout than it was previously. You don't have to expand and collapse folders anymore. So these things are all here. So what used to just be the career essential foundations, that is now here. Here are all of those resources that you were used to finding. You've got videos, you've got handouts, personal skills. So now we're starting to get into the different sections of the framework. So you've got your integrity lesson plan, your integrity handout, your integrity sample scenarios. And then we're going to keep on working through these other soft skills. So again, they're still there. They're laid out a little bit differently. If you are a new instructor or if you've never used these before, one of the ways that we encourage you to use these, section or chapter meeting, if you want to pull some of these out, but they are also fantastic for sub-lesson plans, okay? Or if a lot of this is actually great for you to use if you're having to teach CTE virtually, use these resources. They're already there in a virtual platform. So let's go back. So if you want to move forward and you want to take it to the next level, you've exhausted career essentials and you want to challenge your students further, what you're going to need to do is go to the catalog and the shopping cart. These are the experiences courses. So this is moving on. So we want to move up. Again, you can see that you can buy those individually or you can buy them in bulk. If you're working at juniors and seniors, they've already done essentials, they've already done experiences, you want to keep moving forward, then you see here that you can go ahead and you can move forward with that. But those are not included. Only the foundation is included in your membership benefits. And I will say they did reduce the price of these again with consideration for the pandemic. We did discount program affiliation fees this year. Of course, we still have to maintain our operating costs, of course, with Skills USA to make sure that Skills USA does survive the pandemic. But we did reduce your program affiliation fees by 50% if you paid them last year. So that's your thank you and appreciation from us that you were in good standing last year. And then also, if you are an architecture or construction program, your fees were paid by ACRI and Go Build. If you are able to, please reach out to those people and let them know how much that we appreciate them.
And we're going to be going over the program of work. It's got all the different areas listed down through here. We've got introduction videos at the very beginning, just letting you know that they have everything that you need for a well-balanced program of work. So the program of work looks a little bit different than it has in the past. We've had different categories, but Nationals has changed it a little bit. We've got workplace experiences, partner and alumni engagement, leadership development, advocacy and marketing, financial management, and community engagement. And all of those, when we click on one, they all have videos to them. So you can watch the video, but then they also have everything that you need to be able to do that particular activity. It'll say enroll. It really doesn't mean anything. You don't have to pay for any of that stuff, but it pulls up your whole booklet here. But you can see that it talks about your program of work, different activities. They do a sample on a flower box fundraiser and a canned food drive, mock interviews. And they really talk about the importance you plan for these things, making sure that you have a budget for all of these things that you're planning on accomplishing, being sure that it gets out to the public to talk about it and make sure that you know what you would do differently or not. And so, like I say, there's your budget, but you'll need to put all that in there so that you can show your students that what do we want to accomplish. And so what I did with my students was we had a calendar of events and we put down what we wanted to accomplish, what we wanted to do in August and September. And every time we would not just only check the Alabama Skills USA website or calendar, but we would also check nationals as well. And so we would put those things in there. Like if we wanted to go to National Skills USA, we would put a budget in there for that. All right, how much is it going to cost us? What are we going to have to do as far as fundraising goes and as far as seeking donations? And so it's just really important. Those two go hand in hand to be sure that you have a good budget and a good program of work. Whatever fundraiser you've got, you can go in and set that up. Now we're going to get to the technical standards because they're not where they used to be either. That's how it looks if you've never done anything. You'll click enroll and then start, and then once you're finished with it, it'll do complete. So we're just going to go to one of the technical competitions. And the great thing that I like is if you do 3D visualization next year in person, it's got technical standards, but then it's also got a virtual one along with that in case some of the contests have to be virtual and can't be in person. These are your leadership competitions. You know, a lot of times instructors just want to send students in their technical field. You need to try and put students in every single one of these contests.
Our Alabama Skills USA officers recorded a video that goes through all of the leadership competitions. One of the reasons we did that is we know it takes a lot of time to put that information out there for your students. And so those videos that our officers created, that was one of the topics that they chose to cover was the different competitions. So what I would encourage you to do is to pull that video from the Alabama Skills USA YouTube channel and show that in your classroom, maybe on your Skills USA Day or your chapter meeting, so that they can hear from their peers what each of these competitions does. Because it's one thing for us to inform you, but the most important thing is that we get these competition opportunities out there to your students, and we would love to make that easier for you. And so our officers did record a video on that describes all the leadership competitions. Of course, you're there to tell them about their technical competitions. So I'll show you how to find those videos in a little while. By the end of November, you should have received a large poster like this. So we've got you a nice, beautiful poster that's going to help you stay connected to Skills USA. So if you haven't already done so, we are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Of course, we have our ALSkillsUSA website, and then also LinkedIn. We also have a YouTube channel. So if you have an iDevice, if you push the camera button on your, like you're going to take a picture of the screen, you don't actually have to do it, but if you just open your camera and you point it at this right here, your iDevice will automatically, you'll see a very small pop-up at the top of your screen, and if you click that, it will actually take you to all of our social media accounts. One of those is our YouTube channel, so that you can pull those from there. If you go to the AlabamaSkillsUSA.org website, so just to specify, you've got your SkillsUSA.org, so this is the national site. If you put an AL in front of there, you've got the Alabama Skills USA. So this is our logo, and if you go to the bottom of the page, and you go to the YouTube. These are videos that our high school state officers created. You can get your officers using these videos as tools. Use those, show them to your section officers and let them show them. You know, that may be your program for your first business meeting, is to show some of these videos. But you will be able to find a video that is hosted by our Alabama state officers on these topics: how to run a meeting, all of the leadership competitions, how to dress for competition. They also offered some helpful tips on resume writing, how to write the program of work, how to write the chapter of excellence and chapter of distinction. They've offered some tips on interview skills. They also have a video on how to write SMART goals. And then also we will put this session, the recording of this session will also be uploaded to this YouTube channel in case we talk too fast or you just need to go back and revisit some things. We're hoping that as your students see our students, our state officers, that they go, gee, I really like to be the person that gets to have my videos shared throughout the year, and I want to be a leader to others. Let me show you how to find that. So again, we're at ALSkillsUSA, not the national site. We're going to go to About. We're going to go to High School State Officers. You have students that you think would be good candidates, and y'all, we invest a lot in these students. If you have students that say, well, I want to own my own business, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, well, how about get the state skills organization to teach them how to be leaders? If they think they're going to be the boss one day, if they think that they're going to be business owners one day, let us help you build them up and build up their leadership skills so that they are in a good place to do that. The application comes up and there it is. And so also what you'll notice, this thing has been revised. So if you nominate your students for member of the month, even if your student is not the chosen member of the month, they still get a letter from us saying, wow, we're really impressed with the great things that you're doing. So, and hopefully that's going to help them to grow and become more confident in what they're doing. So please do that as well. All right, so again, same place where the state officer application is, go to membership, and then there you go. And again, if you just click there, y'all, it's a very, very simple form. Please give us an opportunity to put your good work out there. You can also whisper into your officer's ear that you can also nominate an instructor.
Let's move on to district conferences or district competitions. We did make a decision a couple of weeks ago to go virtual. This is new to us. So the question would be, I would think, is how do I prepare my students for districts? My advice would be is to prepare your students just like it would be in person, and use the technical standards for the regular contests and kind of look over the virtual ones. We will release information once we make a decision on all the contests. The contest list should be the same as last year. Depending on how you receive information and what you look for, you can stay posted on social media. You can continue to check the website or just read the new weekly newsletter. We understand that you need that information to prepare. And at this point, our recommendation is prepare as if it were in person. And then we'll send you technical updates as they're made available. Registration for districts will be just as normal as we normally do. It will open on January 6th and it'll close on February 5th. You go through your professional portal and you register for conference just like you do membership, but you just go into conferences instead of membership. Now, when you do enter your membership, make sure that your student name and the actual birth of that student is entered in membership correctly. Then also make sure it's entered in the registry correctly. Just want to stress to you, make sure that you enter them correctly when you register. You must be a member to register. Districts will start at 8 at the college, and then you'll send information in pre-recorded probably. Some things may be live, that's to be determined. We plan to have a award session at 2:30 like we normally do. And then we will post, once we have that list of contests, we will post it on the website. The top 5 of each district will go to state. The top 3 will earn medals. Dual enrollment students on a college roster have to be registered by the college as a high school student. When you register them, instructors make sure that you register them as a high school student in your dual enrollment program if you want them to compete. So ALSkillsUSA has a Connect, and they rolled this out this year. It is on your dashboard. If you join ALSkillsUSA Connect, you'll have an advisor dashboard, and in that advisor dashboard, and it's going to be a great way to keep in contact with students as they progress, alumni, advisors, and also state directors. ALSkillsUSA is putting on several webinars to help advisors, and you can find them in Connect. ALSkillsUSA has come up with a way that your virtual students can pay for membership from home using a credit card. And that'll also be in your Scoop on Skills, and we'll post it on the website, social media as well. ALSkillsUSA Nationals is going to announce December 16th. They're going to announce what national conference is going to look like. Travis assured us that there will be a national conference. What it will look like, we're not sure right now. So from their decision, we will decide how our state conference will unfold. It will be April 21st through the 23rd, which is a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The location may change. The format may change. We will keep registration open on March 15th, and it will close on March 31st. Same thing with the hotel. If we use the hotel, it will open the same. This information that I've given to you about state may change. State conference generally has an opening session on Wednesday night. The competitions will be on Thursday, and the awards will be on Friday. This is all tentative, and it may change. There is no registration fee for your districts or your state. That is included in your participation fee. That is what the participation fee is for, is to pay for the registration. You can bring competitors, you can bring observers, as long as they're members. It will be, the rooms will be $125 a night, doesn't matter how many people you have in the room. State conference demo contests, these were the same as last year. Robotic systems, this is a national demo that's going on that we're going to get to participate. It actually originated in Alabama from Camtech. Here in the state, we will take the second place of another contest. All demo contests plans are not finalized and may be subject to change. Alabama contest, the men's hair design, was an Alabama contest for a long time. It is now a national contest. It's called barbering now. It is a national contest, which means if you win it this year, you'll advance to nationals. Nationals is tentatively planned for Atlanta, Georgia, June 21st through the 25th, 2021. We will plan to get a commercial bus together. So people who need a ride, we will provide one. National contest can be found at the national website.
To empathize with all of you, and we appreciate so much what you're doing out there in the classroom, because it is such a big challenge for y'all. And again, we are here to help, not just with skills, but also just as your State Department support. So please let us know if we can help you in any way.